Hi, I'm Susie Stiegelmeyer, like Jenny said. I work for Q Squared Solutions. I do genomic data analysis there. We're hiring, in case you're interested. Take a look on our website. Only plug I'll do. Come ask me if you have questions about what we do. But when it comes to, all right. So in biology, we use graphs and networks a lot to study structures of proteins, gene-gene interactions, and so on, pathways. But that's not so relatable to everybody, and so I've turned to social media, and trying to build a network using Twitter followers, and I'm using 2 Python libraries because this came about when we had our PyLadies night talking about your favorite Python libraries. So, all right, how do I
Page down.
advance?
Just arrows.
There we go. Thank you. So first you create your app, then you get your authentication keys. So there's two sets of keys you need to get. The keys that are associated with the app, and then keys associated with your user. I'm not going to show you mine. I know. So next, install NetworkX. And so the Twitter API is a REST API. So you can basically use anything that will interact with the API. I chose this Python package because it basically wraps it all up into a nice, neat package. So it's, I'll have a summary slide with all the links at the end. So once you have all that installed and you have your keys, you're ready to write some code. So the first step basically is I'll read in my JSON file with all my keys and then set up my connection to the API. Can you see that okay? I'm sorry, Chris. I know. Next time. So, and then retrieve your connection. So in Twitter, the people you follow are called your friends. So that's what this, this method is doing here. I'm going to retrieve all the people I follow, turn it into a set. I'm going to capture the screen names in a list and then turn it to a set. Then I'm going to get the people who follow me. And then I'm just going to do a simple set intersection to see, capture who follows me and who I follow. And let's see, next. And then I'm going to create my graph. This NetworkX.diagraph basically is going to set up the container. And then I'll just create my edges between all my nodes. And the next step, then, I just want to see what it looks like. I'm going to draw it. First, I'll show you an example in NetworkX, and then an example in another tool that I like to use much better. So NetworkX is not the best for visualizing. As you can see, it's much more useful for other graph manipulation techniques instead of visualization. Graph visualization is a hard problem, making sure you got your nodes not overlapping, edges not overlapping nodes, and so on. So I like to use Cytoscape. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's another open source, freely available program. It has many, many decent layout, graph layout programs in it. You can do a lot with setting styles of your nodes and edges and so on. So this is I was kind of surprised at the number of followers I had. And then I want to do a little bit extra. I'm not a very active tweeter, but sometimes my tweets do get retweeted, so I wanted to look to see how often that happened, and if I could see some new people to expand my network.
So, sorry.
Yeah.
The direction is for you follow somebody so that it comes the arrow from you to somebody.
Exactly, yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, source, target, yeah. So, and it's a little bit different here for the retweets, so I'll explain that. But So Twitter, what you tweet, they like to call it statuses, and so it comes back. There's this nice method to get all the status messages that were retweeted, and then I'm going to go through and iterate through how many times it got retweeted, and then capture the screen name. And so that's what all this code is doing. And then I wanted to check to see or keep track of the people that retweeted me who actually follow me, and vice versa. And I was really surprised to see my tweets getting retweeted. And I'm not surprised to see Jenny in this list. But the arrows here basically mean that this user retweeted one of my tweets, basically. So it's a really simple overview of what the packages can do. So I've kind of give you an overview. You can set attributes and nodes on nodes and edges. There are many standard graph algorithms like path searching and so on. And it's a pretty neat open source project. It's pretty active. And here are my links again, in case you want to take a picture. So this was a really short, brief introduction. Any other questions? Yes?
Could you use the retweets, number of retweets, percentage of whatever, to create a weighted, is there such a thing as a weighted graph?
Yes, yeah. So I can add like an edge attribute as a weight. And that's one thing I was thinking of doing, because there's a few tweets that were retweeted more than once.
Or the percentage of your tweets that get retweeted by person X, person Y.
Yeah,
person Z.
and there's some things that I noticed that's like someone will retweet something, or they'll retweet it and quote it. And that doesn't necessarily show up. Those retweets don't show up. So you kind of have to follow that path through that user to find the others.
So what I see on Twitter a lot is someone has retweeted, that person who retweeted them, one of their followers retweets again. And there's some of these tweets that just get viral. Forever.
Yeah.
So would you extend what you're doing to see how much broader your network is
Yes.
by virtue of that?
Yeah, so my whole point of this was to show Network X, but now I'm like really interested in what I can do with Twitter data. Because, yeah, I want to expand my network in that way. And I mean, you know, everybody, there used to be the Kevin Bacon game. So we could do that here, so yeah.
So what's more addictive, the Twitter or Twitter data?
Yes.
I think the data right now. I don't like what I'm seeing on Twitter. Yeah.
So the relationship, are those just two relationships where you follow me and then you follow somebody else and somebody follow you?
Yeah.
A different type of relationship as well?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so I had a lot of followers, or I follow a lot of news feeds, and it was over 200. And it would be really difficult to show that in a visualization. It'd be like a big hairball. So that's why I limit it to show who I follow and who follows me, because I know it's a small set. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Cytoscape, but are you aware of any graph visualization libraries that will let you interactively zoom in and zoom out and move those around?
So there's a JavaScript library called Sigma that will allow you to do that. Sigma.js. Yeah. And that's pretty neat. Yeah. But Cytoscape allows you to zoom in and zoom out too.
Can you actually move those around? Like
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's a really nice feature of it. Yeah. Sorry, someone in the back. Sorry.
Did you play with geography or any of the other metadata that Twitter has?
Oh, there's so much stuff there. No. But yeah, it's I was really surprised at how much data is available, because I looked at LinkedIn and I looked at Facebook, and LinkedIn restricted you on licenses and how much you want to keep it to be free, and Facebook was extremely limited. So, but Twitter has a lot of information.
Yeah. So
predict like how far it will go, from you in this case?
Oh,
Just in the future, do you think?
oh yeah, that would be really interesting to do, yeah.
What would be the impact and where it would go, this direction, that direction?
Yeah, and maybe apply your natural language processing idea
Yeah.
to see if you, like certain phrases.
Yeah.
Well,
Sentiment analysis.
yeah. So, were there any other questions I missed? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
NetworkX, does it have tools for like looking at connectedness between nodes?
Yes, yeah, you can look at in degree and out degree, yeah. Mm.
Did you get any insight into what a Twitter bot would look like? Maybe a signature?
I did not try to categorize users, so, yeah.
Somebody's actually done some work recently in identifying Twitter bots. And ones that have actually been dormant, they're just waiting there to be hired out.
Yeah, I was wondering, I mean, there's a language angle and then just looking at their connect,
Activities,
their topology.
Mhm.
There's this Jimmy Guzzo.
She's not a good one. No one tweets that much.
Every 5 minutes, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, she's a great user. Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you.